Welcome to the Author to Authority podcast. I am your host, Kim Thompson-Pinder, the extraordinary word ninja, Chief Visionary Officer of RTI Publishing, the author of the Author to Authority book, and of course, the host of this podcast of the same name. And I am pleased to let you know that we are starting a new segment in March, where each month I am going to be reviewing and talking about some of my best clients' books. These are wonderful, amazing books, not just because we worked on them, but because the people, the Selling from the Heart, that's the book we're going to focus on today. Selling from the Heart is an incredible book. If you have ever heard that you have to be salesy and manipulative, then this book is for you, because you are going to learn how your authentic self sells you. And Larry Levine is a wonderful, dear client, and I cannot say enough about Larry and his message. Now, this book is available on Amazon. And just so you wonder if it's just me saying it, I want to read you one of the reviews. Now, Larry has 189 reviews for this book on Amazon.com, and 95% of them are 4- and 5-star reviews. So I want to read one to you by James Murr, and he says it's both challenging and inspiring. Every now and then I encounter a book that is both challenging and inspiring. Larry Levine's Selling from the Heart is just such a book. It calls you out in areas you know you can do better in, while revving up your enthusiasm and your motivation. Author Larry Levine hails from the office technology space and has a spectacular track record selling in one of the most competitive markets in the world. I had the pleasure of meeting Larry at the Outbound Sales Conference. Yeah, you heard that right, Outbound Sales Conference. Larry has spoken at one of the biggest sales conferences in the United States, in Atlanta, and found him to be one of the most genuine and authentic people I've ever met. In Selling from the Heart, Larry shares some of the magic that has made him so successful. Selling from the Heart opens with an unabashed confession from Larry that he won't hold back. And it's true, he held back nothing in this book. He's going to say things other people are unwilling to say. And this is the very thing that makes Selling from the Heart so special. Larry has a way of challenging with love, offering critique without denigrating, actually authentically encouraging you to be the best you can be. Now, Selling from the Heart is 2 sections. So this is still in his review. This is all his review. And then we're going to talk about the book. Section number 1 is Finding Your Authentic You. And section 2, the sales skills of authentic sales professional. Part 1 is primarily about developing your personal brand. No, not so much in the marketing sense, but rather defining what you stand for. And I think that is so true in your business. You need to know what you stand for. And Selling from the Heart does show you how to do that. It's about your unique story, your mindset, being authentic, and the human side of selling that Larry emulates so well. This is extremely important and introspective work that is all too rare in the field of sales. What it does, however, is get your personal and professional values in complete alignment. And this alignment, quite frankly, supercharges motivation. Part 2 of Selling from the Heart is devoted to the skills of authentic selling. While there's some overlap here with the skills that one would consider traditional selling, such as prospecting, more focus is given to the skills necessary to connect at the highest level with customers. We learn about servant-led selling, taking care of clients, and the importance of continuing education. Now, it goes on from there. It still goes on, the review. But I want to tell you a few things about this book and that I just personally loved. My sales journey, I failed for a long time because I could not be me. I was always told you need to be salesy and manipulative. You need to learn how to get around people and get them to do things they really don't want to do. And that was not me. I mean, if you've listened to the podcast, though, that's not me. And, working with Larry, oh man, it was one of the best things because I realized I could be myself. So, even though this book is geared to salespeople, if you are an entrepreneur, you need to read this book. You need to get it off of Amazon. You also need to check out the Selling from the Heart podcast as well. And I am going to have Larry back on the show at some point. But I want to encourage you, and I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the different chapters that are in the book. So like James said, section 1 is about finding your authentic you, being brutally honest with yourself, validating your new identity, hard work mindset. That's important in your business too. And, he also talks about rejection. If you've ever wondered about the role of rejection in sales, this talks about it and how to overcome it. And then he goes into the authentic sales skills, consistent prospecting. You want to get successful in your business? Always be prospecting. He talks about different ways to prospect. He talks about if you're brand new to sales. So if you're an entrepreneur, you definitely want to read that chapter. If you're a new entrepreneur and you're struggling in your sales, he talks about that there. How to take care of your clients, how to always be learning, how to create good conversations from your content. And then chapter 10, no more empty suits. So I want to read to you the last little bit of the book, the last couple of pages. It's your choice. How much are you willing to commit to yourself and to your future? One of the things I did this year was to create a manifesto, a series of commitments to myself that I choose to live by on a daily basis. I encourage you to make your own. Here is mine. A Selling from the Heart sales professional is a new class, genuine, authentic, the real deal, in touch with who they are and are brutally honest with themselves. A Selling from the Heart sales professional wages a war and becomes a minister to their clients in a profession riddled with unscrupulous, fake, and disingenuous sales reps. A Selling from the Heart professional leads with the heart and not the wallet. A Selling from the Heart sales professional brings the human approach to sales by making it about their clients and what's important to them. A Selling from the Heart sales professional seeks first to be understood as they turn transactional sales opportunities into transformational experiences. Writing your manifesto. I'm not going to tell you there's a right or wrong way to write a manifesto. The style is completely up to you. You may want to make it simple, straightforward, and state with passion why you believe in each principle. Write down your beliefs, motives, and the intentions around each of the topics. Your manifesto is an opportunity for you to lay it all out there by being real, genuine, and staying true to you. Laying all the cards out on the business table for everyone to see and absorb. If you'd like more help in writing your manifesto, then make sure you download the Selling from the Heart Self-Reflection Journal. And if you want to get the link to that journal, you got to buy the book. I want to close with this. I believe in you. Now is the time for you to believe in yourself. It's the time for you to take your sales career to the next level. You owe it to yourself. Make the choice. And I guarantee you'll never regret it. Selling from the Heart is a sales lifestyle. I'll leave you all with this famous poem by Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay. In leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubt if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And Larry wrote, the road you decide to take will make the difference. So I want to thank you today for listening to my book review on Selling from the Heart. You can get this on Amazon in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. So thanks so much for listening to the Author to Authority podcast. I will be doing these book reviews the first episode of the month. And we've got new and exciting things coming up in the Author to Authority podcast, which I will be sharing with you over the course of March. And if you've enjoyed these podcast episodes, could you please do me a favor? Could you please share them out, post them on social media, talk about them? You know, if there's a specific episode that you think a friend or someone you know would really benefit from, please share it with them. Please help get the word out there. This is the fourth season of the Author to Authority podcast, and I really want to make this a podcast where people gain benefit from it. So if you have, please just share it out for me. I would be eternally grateful. So this has been Kim Thompson-Pinder on the Author to Authority podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the very next episode. Bye now.